company truck. The boss let me use it. Get supply from.
Hello everybody, we finally tracked down the party man himself, Travis with Custom Products, and he's going to show us some new products. Right, Travis?
That's right. Again, I'm Travis from Custom Products. I've got 3 new products I'm going to show you here. It's the Combat Pro system, which is a barrel system that we released. It is the Custom Products Advantage Squeegee and the new inline rag, which we'll actually release next week. So we'll just start with the inline rag. It's probably the simplest of the 3. This one, again, we used to have a 3-part rag design. A little bit about Custom Products. We use our inline rags, everything from nitrous systems for snowmobiles all the way to t-shirt cannons to fog machines on movie sets. So our rag's been used all over the world for all different applications. We've changed it down to a 2-piece design, which makes it a lot easier to tech. The rag comes apart into 2 sections, so it's easy to rebuild. It uses the exact same seat, and then the top section all comes out in 1 piece, so that's really nice. And this is your spring stack. A lot of people call these shims. They're actually called Bellevue springs, which is a patented spring. It's a lot more reliable than a coil spring, and a shim actually just takes up space. So
nice.
These are actually contoured springs. So the entire rag comes together. It comes apart like this. You change the O-ring on here and the 2 O-rings on here, and replace the seat, and that's a complete rebuild for the rag. Pop it all back together, and you're good to go. So again, that's the new inline rag. Those will actually release next week. So check for it on the CP website. Next on the list is the Custom Products Microfiber Advantage Squeegee. We've actually applied for a patent on this squeegee. We feel like it's so unique. We used to make a microfiber squeegee that we had made in China. We weren't happy with the quality on it, so we brought the entire thing in-house. So every Custom Product squeegee is now hand-wrapped in-house by our employees. So what we did here, it's a microfiber outside, which obviously is one of the most absorbent materials that you can use. We worked with KM, the adhesive company, to design all of our adhesives for the thing, so it won't come apart. This is actually a UV resistant centerpiece, so it won't ever break down, can't break, won't tear, can't pull it apart. If for some reason this ever were to break, so I know we've all been in a game situation where your squeegee broke in the middle and you're left with half a squeegee in your barrel. There's also a ribbon that runs down the entire length of the squeegee and attaches on either end, so even if your middle piece were to break, the ribbon will still pull the other half of the squeegee out if that were to ever happen. So all the squeegees are guaranteed for life. If you ever have a problem, if it ever unravels or comes apart or anything, send it into us, we'll replace it free of charge. So another thing that you'll notice about this is it's not totally round. Most squeegees are totally round whenever you stick them in, and basically what that does is it just shoves all the paint in your barrel all the way down into the breech of your gun, so next ball you fire shoves all the paint back down the barrel, and you end up only absorbing paint on about the end inch of the barrel. So with this, it's kind of a football shape. It's an oblong shape, and it spirals down the length of the squeegee. So what that does, it actually channels the paint down the end of the squeegee. So if you stick the squeegee in your barrel, give it a half turn and pull it out, you touch all the sides of the barrel and you pull out all the paint. And so you'll notice with the CP squeegee, you actually absorb paint the entire length of the squeegee. Another thing that you notice whenever you're only absorbing paint on the end of it is that every time you stick your squeegee back in there, it reapplies paint on there.
Yes.
It acts more like a paint brush than something removing paint. So with this one, with it absorbing with more of the squeegee, it becomes saturated less quickly, so you can actually use the squeegee more often. So we're really happy with that. Those are available on the website. They're $10 retail. And then we have the Combat Pro system, which is, we'll wait for the tractor to go by perhaps. This is kind of our new pride and joy of our tactical line, Custom Products family. We do a lot of work for other companies, so we do a lot of real gun application type stuff, or a lot of AR-15 type stuff. So we incorporated some of the ideas we had with that into this new line. So everything with this barrel threads together. A lot of the guys want the AR-15 look, and they end up putting set screws on their barrel and damaging their barrel, things like that. So this entire thing threads together. We have removable tips. That's the first thing that threads off. So without the tip on there, that's kind of what the barrel would look like. If you wanted to add an external thread, or I'm sorry, an external hand shroud, you'd remove this. This is your thread protector. It exposes an external thread here. Then you get your thread adapter, which is right here. Slide this down the barrel, thread that on, and then you get your hand shroud. This, you'll notice, has a bunch of holes drilled in it. That's so you can add the Picatinny rails. They're each sold separately, so instead of having to buy a cover to go over the Picatinny rails where you don't want them, you just buy a Picatinny rail for where you want it.
Or nasty glue.
Yeah. This slides down the barrel, threads down. You line it up however you want on your gun, and then you use the lock ring here to lock it in place, and then slide your tip back on. Now the neat thing about these hand shrouds, this hand shroud is an actual AR-15 hand shroud. So whenever you add that thread protector on there, it actually changes it to a true AR-15 thread. So that means if you went down to your local gun shop and you saw a hand shroud or a quad rail system that they have there, and you didn't like using a Custom Products one, you could actually add a true AR-15 hand shroud on these. And these actually have real gun application too. So we have guys out there that are shooting AR-15s that use our hand shroud on their true AR-15s. So kind of cool. But the entire system sets up rock solid. It's exactly what the military's using, exactly what the real gun guys are using. So there it is. That's the Combat Pro system. The barrel's available in just about every gun thread you can think of. It has 8 different tips that come on it. It comes in a 14, 16, and 20-inch design. The 20-inch design has these cool flutes that go down the end of the barrel, so just like the sniper barrels have. So, and that is the Combat Pro system. We also have a few other hand shrouds that are available. Like I said, a lot of tips and the different rails. So I appreciate you spending some time with me. Again, I'm Travis from Custom Products, and the website is www.customproducts.us.
Destruction, and don't go out cruising.